There's a ton of noise out there. So how do you get decision makers to pay attention to your brand? Start a podcast and invite your ideal clients to be guests on your show. Learn more at sweetfishmedia.com.
You're listening to the B2B Growth Show, a podcast dedicated to helping B2B executives achieve explosive growth. Whether you're looking for techniques and strategies or tools and resources, you've come to the right place. I'm James Carberry.
And I'm Jonathan Green.
Let's get into the show. Welcome back to the B2B Growth Show. We are here today with Gaetano DiNardi. He's the VP of Marketing at Sales Hacker, and we are live at Revenue Summit. Gaetano, how you doing today, man?
What's up, James? It's been a great day, and I appreciate you talking to me. Man.
We are at the close of the day, so it has been a mighty crazy day for you.
Yeah.
And as we're winding down the day, I was just asking you, man, like, what have you learned from planning this event? I think there are a lot of marketers listening to this. They're planning, their user conferences. They're planning events, trying to get folks to show up, and you just off the top of your head, we're like, oh man, we learned this, learn this. So on the heels of just wrapping up one of your massive events, the first thing you mentioned was, man, we got Intercom on our website way too late.
Yeah.
So actually, before we get into that first talking point, for the one or two people listening to this that aren't familiar with Sales Hacker, give the brief rundown. What is Sales Hacker? And then we'll dive into that first.
Yeah. 30-second elevator spiel. We provide world-class thought leadership through the blog. We have webinars, we have ebooks, we do sales training, but we don't actually do the training. We distribute it out to people who are actually more qualified than us to do the training. And we take a little bit of a kickback, but we do that. And then we make revenue from sponsorships through events.
Got it.
So in a nutshell, that is what we do. So if you're a brand that needs help with lead generation or awareness or product positioning or whatever, we can help you with that.
Got it. Love it. So going back to kind of the first thing that you wish you'd have done different.
Yeah.
You said, Intercom, which is like a chat bot tool.
Yeah.
You said we put it on the website way too late. Talk to us about that.
Yeah. Honestly, so we were in the midst of a deal with Intercom, and we were working it out to where we get the chat bot set up on the event sites. And I was convinced immediately just by seeing case studies of other companies doing events and even not doing events with the value of chatbots. And I already know what the value is. Yeah. So for us to set that up was a little bit of a challenge because we have a bit of a complicated tech stack. We use different event platforms for different uses, basically. So we had to implement Intercom in I would say a piece by piece sort of strategy. But long story short, as soon as we did get it implemented, man, we learned a lot about what people wanted. And what they really wanted was an early discount. They wanted to know, are the sessions being recorded? And if so, do I have to pay for it? And, regardless or not, if I have to pay for it, where do I find the sessions? So that was a big, deal with
insight.
regard. Yeah, it was a big insight, and it was a big deal to letting people know, all right, if we maybe just tweak a little bit of messaging on this page that says you will get the free recording if you sign up, it'll drive some ticket sales. Also, there's this qualifying feature now with Intercom where you can give a multiple choice response. So instead of saying hey, how can I help you? It being a really open-ended chatbot introduction, thing. It will say something like, what are you here for? Are you here for a discount? Are you here for more information? Are you here for, the after party, whatever it is? And we did a multiple choice style thing. We were able to see that most people were really on the site looking for a discount. So we were able to implement that almost automatically. We automated this 99% through chatbot.
Wow.
And skyrocketed our ticket sales just automatically by doing that super fast. And we realized damn, this is a month to go and we got this going. Imagine if we did this 3 months ago.
Yeah.
We could have had way more ticket
So it wasn't
sales.
it's not like you guys had an SDR manning that bot. It was all.
So we had so to be transparent, we have a virtual assistant on top of the replies that are coming in through the chat bot, only on business hours.
Okay.
Because it's almost impossible to have a human being on it 24/7 unless you're super rich and But during business hours, we definitely have a virtual assistant on top of the inquiries that are coming in. And then off business hours, we have this sort of automated reply that says, hey, we're offline right now, but if you leave your email address, we'll definitely follow up with you.
Got it.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. So the second thing is you said you wish you would have done more direct outreach for ticket sales.
Yeah.
Explain that.
So I know for sure that other companies that do events, they have like ticket sales growth hackers and stuff like that. Like we just, as a bootstrap startup, we just unfortunately don't have that luxury. So what it comes down to is like, I will do direct ticket sales outreach from my LinkedIn account. Max will do the same thing from his. And at the end of the day, the social media stuff is just kind of slow moving. And for us to really move the needle fast with ticket sales, it's to reach into our network, see where the low hanging fruits are. We know who the contacts are at these software companies that are in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So we go into our LinkedIn network, we filter by San Francisco, we whip up a special discount for people who are in our network, and we say, hey, I would love to have you join our event. Here's like a very special, very generous discount for you since we've known each other for so long. We did XYZ together in the past years.
Yeah.
And that is super effective in getting sales. But we waited too late to start doing that. We should have done that like 3 months in advance. We only waited like 2 weeks before the event started for that.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So the third thing that you talked about were pop-ups on the website. You said that you noticed that there were some specific pop-ups that worked really, really well. Can you tell us about those?
Yes. I'll tell you what doesn't work, James. What doesn't work is when you nail somebody with a pop-up as soon as they get to your site. You give them zero time to digest what it actually is. You give them zero time to digest what the agenda is. You give them zero time to see who the speakers are. And that's what they care about. What's the authority of the speakers? What does this topical breakdown look like? Is this shit relevant to me at the end of the day? A lot of times it is, a lot of times it isn't. But you know what? The people that bounce are the people that aren't really qualified to be here anyway. It's not relevant to them. Mm-hmm. But with regards to the pop-up, we don't hit you as soon as you land. We wait like 45 seconds. And then what we do is this exit intent pop-up. So if the mouse crosses the upper right quadrant of the page where the X button is, you will automatically get a pop-up that says, are you leaving? Don't leave yet. Here's a 30% off code. And that was a massive driver of sales for us. Yeah.
I love it. That's
exactly.
super practical.
Yeah.
Super practical.
So
exit intent, were you using like Unbounce or
Sumo?
Sumo. Okay.
Sumo. Very easy to set up. Very easy. You can modify the way that the pop-up is displayed in a number of different ways by the URL structure, by the path or the subdomain or the subfolder of the content. So if you only want a specific type of pop-up to hit when like sales management content is displayed, and you have a subfolder structure in your site where like it's /sales management / payment comp structures, the sales management is the subfolder. So anything that is within that bucket of sales management content, you can customize a pop-up for that. And Sumo is great for customization.
Yeah.
And we did that with the Revenue Summit website.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love Sumo.
Yeah.
All right. So the fourth thing we're going to talk about is promotion partners.
Yeah.
Not really working out the way that you would hope.
Ooh, don't get me started with this, man. Don't get me started with this. I'm going to just be honest with you, man. I'll just keep it real. Very few promo partners actually hold up their end of the bargain. Very few say that, like a lot of them say they're going to hit their list. Very few actually do. A lot of them say they're going to promote on social media. Very few actually do. A lot of them say they're going to, extend discounted tickets to their networks and their clients and their partners. Very few of them do. Mm-hmm. The few that do, it kind of moves the needle a little bit, but it's not anything like, oh, wow, that really gave us a jolt. Like, we had like one of the biggest sales training companies hit their list for us, like for Sales Hacker London, for example, and did nothing. It did nothing.
And you guys wrote the email or you put that on them?
We usually give them the copy, yeah. We give them the email copy. We give them the headline suggestion. We give them the subject line, all this stuff, the links, all that. So they have to do very little work. But sometimes they end up tweaking it anyway just to like fit what their audience might want. But long story short, I mean, it's just tough to get people to promote, man. Even like the keynote speakers with these massive networks, like Google's not going to hit their email list for us. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
We got a speaker from Google today. Like, it's just not going to happen that they're going to hit their list for us. It just won't work.
Yep.
And there's certain corporate,
So does that mean at the next conference, do you just kind of abandon promo partners altogether because of the work that goes into trying to equip them to get such minimal returns?
So it's a good question. This is my take on it. My take on it is this. You do it anyway, and if anything happens, it's like, oh, that was an extra added benefit that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
But don't count heavily on this at all. Like, don't say like, oh, we got, HubSpot as a promo partner or something. And I'm not saying that we do. I just threw that name out there. don't think that just because you got that you're going to skyrocket your signups or your sales for something, because it's not the case.
Yeah.
They could very well be a promo partner for you and not even hit their list. They might just, tweet it once, and like Twitter's worthless.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say it, but it does nothing.
It's been nothing for me.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's nice. You stay kind of top of the mind for like 10 seconds because the tweet atmosphere is just so ADD.
Busy, yeah.
It just depletes in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the promo partners promoting is something you cannot count on. So don't put all your eggs in that basket.
All right, so this last thing we're going to talk about, and you just alluded to it a little bit, but
Yeah.
Pretty bold statement earlier. You said social media is useless.
Worthless.
When trying to drive
Oh my
registrations
God.
for an event.
I know. I will say Facebook ads kind of work. Like, kinda. I would say, like, that's the only thing that is worth putting a little thought into. That's the only thing, though. And, of course, like, the organic LinkedIn stuff, or, like, the viral sort of posts and things like that. But, like, Twitter, waste of time. Instagram, waste of time. Even just organic Facebook is a waste of time because it gets nothing. It's pay to play.
And you guys have a big page.
We have a big page, and it still does nothing. Yeah. It's still, because it's all organic, but they don't want... 2 people are going to see it. So unless you're paying to boost it significantly, it's not going to do anything. And even then, there's no guarantee that somebody's going to see your website for the conference, no matter how good the ad looks, no matter how sexy the copy is or the image or whatever. It's an awareness play, and you're burning cash. So you're better off just like putting free time into outreach on LinkedIn with a discount to your targeted people rather than guessing, is Facebook going to be able to match me up with people I want? And like, they're pretty good with targeting, but at the end of the day, not going to move the needle. Got it.
Yeah. All right, Gaetano, when is the next event that you guys are putting together?
Sales Hacker London, October 25th in the UK. So if you want to come, hit us up and we'll take care of you.
Awesome. So, Gaetano, you're real active on LinkedIn. Folks can find you there. Yeah. Twitter, I guess you're not that active based on what we just...
I do it just to be there. I'm alive, but I'm not kicking. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
So, if you want to hit me up, LinkedIn's definitely the place. Just search me on LinkedIn, Gaetano DiNardi. You can find me on Sales Hacker's website, saleshacker.com. And if you want to find me on Twitter, you can. It's Gaetano NYC.
Love it. Awesome, Gaetano. Thank you so much, man, and really appreciate the event that you put together today. It was phenomenal.
Thank you.
So thanks a lot, man.
Thanks, James. Appreciate you.
There are lots of ways to build a community, and we've chosen to build the B2B growth community through this podcast. But because of the way podcasts work, it's really hard to engage with our listeners. And without engagement, it's tough to build a great community. So here's what we've decided to do. We're organizing small dinners across the country with our listeners and guests. No sales pitches, no agenda, just great conversations with like-minded people. We'll talk business, we'll talk family, we'll talk goals and dreams. We'll build friendships. So if you'd like to be a part of a B2B growth dinner in a city near you, go to b2bgrowthdinners.com. That's b2bgrowthdinners.com. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time.